And joining us now is Democratic Texas State Senator Carol Alvarado. She's the chair of the Democratic caucus and is one of those lawmakers who left town to avoid a vote on redistricting. Senator, I understand you're now in Massachusetts. So what will it take now? The House is out until Friday. What will it take to get you back in seat?
Well, we would like to be voting on bills related to the floods in Central Texas. We're now in the third week of our special session, and not one bill related to the floods has come up. We've had, at the end of this week, we will have had 9 hearings between both chambers on this Trump-mandering mess that they have created. And it is not a priority for us. We don't agree that we should be doing mid-decade redistricting.
So just how far are you prepared to take this fight? As you mentioned, at stake is that flood relief for so many citizens in Texas who are depending on it. So how far are you going to take this fight before you get back to work?
Well, it's a day-by-day decision, so we are taking it just at that. But we have been getting a lot of support from other legislators that are here in Boston at a conference. And tomorrow we will be hosting a press event with legislators from 9 states, including some that are probably next on the chopping block when it comes to mid-decade redistricting.
You just heard there from President Trump. He said Republicans are, quote, entitled to 5 more seats in your state. What's your response to that?
Well, I'm not surprised that someone like him would use the word entitled. The only people that are entitled to the seats are the people of Texas, and we're not going to take it from a New York felon in the White House.
You seem to have the backing of your national party. We heard the DNC chair talking about it, but what are your constituents telling you about this fight?
They appreciate that we're fighting back. They realize that this is way beyond gerrymandering. We call it Trump-mandering, and it's not redistricting, it's rig districting. And they support what we're doing. They recognize that if this happens, that it will take decades to undo this mess, and they don't support mid-decade redistricting.
Using the president's own word there, rigged. Seems like, though, this is a fait accompli, that the Republicans are going to walk away with those 5 additional seats in your state. So what's your next move?
Well, we're doing everything we can to educate the community. Eventually, I'm sure we will end up in court. Unfortunately, Texas has a terrible history of ending up in courts when it comes to things like voting rights and elections. And this will be no different because we know that this will eventually head to the courts as well.
You and your fellow Democrats write today that Texas's current congressional map is considered the most racially and ethnically gerrymandered map in the country. This new map continues that same policy of suppressing Black and Latino voters by packing and cracking their communities to dilute their voices. You say that this redistricting move is going to be harmful for those communities. Republicans have argued it's actually bringing them into the fold. How do you respond to that?
Oh, that's just spin. It's just a bunch of hogwash, as we say in Texas. But the fact is that we just got through in the courts over the 2021 maps. And the very people that defended those maps and voted for those maps are now supporting these other maps. The DOJ letter, this is what triggered everything. The DOJ letter specifically asked the legislature to redistrict, and it targeted 4 congressional districts, 3 in my city of Houston, and each one of those districts touch my Senate district. Those districts, those 4 are majority minority districts that are represented by Latina and African Americans. So this is very, very precise, very surgical process that they are attacking Black and brown voters.
What's your response to Republican colleagues getting back to that flood relief, that the Democrats are essentially standing in the way?
We've been in special session for almost 3 weeks now. And again, not one bill until maybe a few days ago. And it's not quite a flooding bill. It doesn't do anything for the alarm systems or notification system about flooding. But that was just filed something shy of that a few days ago. So they've had 3 weeks now to tackle flooding. by bringing bills to the floor, and we haven't seen anything. They're in charge. They control the governor's office, the House, the Senate, and the governor has authority to move money around without legislative action, but he has yet to do that.
And of course, those Texans still badly need that relief. Senator Carol Alvarado, thank you so much.